Hello and welcome to the channel The K Factor.
A serial killer is typically a person who murders 3 or more people, usually in service of abnormal psychological gratification, with murders taking place more than a month, including a significant period of time between them.
This is a definition of serial killer by Wikipedia. In this video, we are going to talk about the most notorious serial killers born in India. Childhood, a phase considered as the most pure, most innocent phase of someone's life, but not for this kid. Amarjit Sada was born in the village of Mashori in the Begusarai district of Bihar. One day, Chunchun Devi, a mother of a 6-month-old girl, Khushbu, goes to school to pick her up, but she was nowhere to be found. Worried, she and a family member of a Sada family goes to police and filed missing people's complaint. Here, the family member reveals that maybe Amarjit knows about Khushbu. This is the first time the police meet the 8-year-old kid, Amarjit Sada. They ask him if he knows something about Khushbu, but he doesn't answer and just smiles at the police. The police thought maybe Amarjit knows something about Khushbu, so they took him to the police station for further interrogation. But still, Amarjit didn't answer a single question and only agreed to answer in the exchange of some biscuits. Then he reveals that Khushbu is no more. He killed her. He tried to strangle her, but that didn't give him the kick or the satisfaction. So he stoned her to death, which means he took a stone and banged her head on the stone. Cops in the station were stunned at this confession, but only if they knew this was not the first murder committed by Amarjit Sada. Amarjit Sada had previously murdered his cousin sister who was just 6 years old, and if that's a shock to you, he also murdered his real sister who was just 6 months old as Khushbu. The saddest part about the story is that his family members knew about these murders all the time, but for some reason they chose to keep it as a family secret. Like, what the hell? Since Amarjit was just 8-year-old during the trial, this made him the world's youngest serial killer. Since Amarjit Sada was still a minor during the trial, he was not sent to jail. Instead, he was kept in a child care home until he turns 18 years of age. After the 18 years of age, he was set free. As of 2022, Amarjit would be a 22 to 24-year-old guy, and his whereabouts are nowhere to be found. A series of murders took place in the outskirts of Mumbai, and where the pavement dwellers and the slum dwellers were bludgeoned to death in 1968. They were killed in their sleep. Who was behind the serial killings? The man behind this serial killing was Raman Raghav. Probably one of the most dangerous serial killers India has ever seen. Raman Raghav was born in 1929 in the city of Tirunelveli, Tamil Nadu. He is a representation of a deadly psychopath. During his interrogation, Raman was silent for a very long time, for almost 4 to 5 days. Suddenly, after a few days, he opened his mouth and said, Murgi, by which he meant that he wanted chicken to eat. Later, he admitted to the killings of 41 people, but the report suggests that the expected number of killings is 50 plus. In his trial, it was revealed that he was suffering from chronic paranoid schizophrenia for a very long time, which made him believe that people were trying to put homosexual temptations on him and having homosexual intercourse would turn him into a woman. Raman was sentenced to life imprisonment, but he died due to kidney failure on the 4th August 1987 at the Sassoon Hospital. This is probably the most mysterious incident slash serial killing that took place in India. In the last months of the year 1985, the Bombay police was struck with two dead bodies from the Sion and the King Circle locality of the city. The head of the bodies were crushed with a 30 kg stone, and hence it was difficult to identify them. The Stoneman murder targeted poor pavement dwellers, beggars, and rag pickers, and crushed their head in the dark at night. Almost 22 people lost their life to this murderer whose identity is still unknown. And maybe we would never find who was this murderer. The murder started around 1985, but the killing suddenly stopped around the mid of 1988. But unfortunately, the fate stabbed back and the killings again started. This time in Calcutta, present-day Kolkata of West Bengal. Again, almost the same pattern was seen. The rag pickers, the pavement dwellers, and the poor beggars, or just the people sleeping on street, were crushed with a stone weighed more than 30 kgs. Almost 26 people lost their life in both of these killings, and the murderer is still unknown. Gaur Shankar, also known as Otto Shankar, was an evil psychopath and a sex addict who killed 6 people and kidnapped, smuggled numerous people during his reign. He started his life as a painter in Madras and then started driving auto for survival. Along with his brother Otto Mohan, he kidnapped numerous women, mostly teenage girls, and sold them to pimps for a cheap rate. Otto Shankar was given the death sentence and was hanged on 27th April 1995 in Salim Central Prison. Thug Bharam, also known as Bharam Jamidar or the King of Thugs, was a leader of a Thuggy clan active in Oudh in central India during 18th and the 19th century. This man literally has a Guinness World Record titled the most prolific murderer. He killed a stunning amount of 931 people, from which 125 are the confirmed number of kills. His method of killing involved strangling with a handkerchief in which a coin was wrapped. Thug Bharam was so notorious that Even the detectives which were appointed to catch him didn't survive. Haq Behram was hanged in 1840 in Jabalpur at the age of 75. With this, I conclude my video and the list of the most notorious serial killer India has ever seen. If you enjoyed this video, then do drop a like, drop a comment, and share this video with your friends and family, and do not forget to subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon. New video will be released every Sunday or Monday. Until then, this is Kushan Ramchandani, your host, and you're watching The K Factor. Bye bye.